Greetings and salutations, game fans. Firecracker37 here. Welcome to episode 1 of my vanilla Factorio series that I just decided to start right now. This is the vanilla game, absolutely no mods, just pretty much default starting, except I turned the water down a little bit and made the starting area very big. I've generated a few maps here and found one that I liked the starting setup for, where we've got iron, copper, stone, and coal in a very nice and orderly fashion there. I'm gonna start this just like you start any other game of Factorio. We're gonna put down a and also make a tool, and we'll make 2 tools. We're not really going for any specific achievements or anything, not doing a lazy bastard run or anything, just playing some Factorio. So there we go. Got some wood to start off with. We'll just get that going into our miner there. Now we're going to need a little bit of stone to get started. And I see a nice stone deposit right down this way. So we're going to head over here. And while our miner runs, we'll grab just a little bit of stone by hand. Hopefully this will be about the only mining by hand we ever have to do. Kind of defeats the whole purpose of the game if you're just mining by hand all the time. I figure like 15 pieces should be good. Then we can make 3 mining drills and put one of them on this stone deposit. There we go. To make the first of our mining drills here, we just need a couple more pieces of iron. And night has fallen upon us. We're going to have to make some light soon. I like my modded campaign because it's got the Roomba light mod, I believe it's called. You've got a nice little halo of light around you all the time. And once again, just waiting on a couple of iron plates here, just like so. Got just enough to make 1 mining drill. And 1 box. Run back up here and get our first little bit of coal there. 17 pieces. Sounds good. For the early game, I'm going to stick the coal on my hotbar and lock it there. Makes it a little bit easier to refuel things. Stick about 10 pieces in there, and that'll get us enough stone to get up and running a little better. How's this guy doing? He's still got plenty of wood. He's starting to run low. No big deal. Gonna miss the long reach mod, that's for sure. Second furnace for iron going. Silly early game here. All you're doing really is running back and forth between a couple of machines. Throw just a little bit of coal in that guy for now. This down here we need to worry about. Got some iron coming in. Get some more fuel here. There we go. Cut down this tree because it's irritating me. And we can mine up this rock to get a bunch of stone, and that'll help kickstart us. I noticed it earlier and it didn't even cross my mind. Let's cut that thing down. You know what? I actually think I want to get it on the coal before we put more on the iron. Doesn't do us any good to have them on the iron if we can't keep it full of coal. We'll just let these guys round robin here. Resupply one more time. Oh, whoops, I stole all the coal out of this guy. There we go, that'll keep him running for just a little bit. Alright. And we need to throw just a little bit of coal in these guys. And we're going to get our second 3 mining drills down. Need some more stone, we need some more coal. And here in just a moment we're going to start on copper, and then we'll have power. It's spooky dark. Make sure these guys are doing good on fuel. Oh, see, he's out. And he's just about out. And that last one's going to also need some more coal. I actually think I might expand that one more time. Although here in just a moment we're going to have electricity and we won't be using these miners that we have to feed on our own. And now we need to get a little bit of copper going, and then we should be able to get some power started. I've got a little bit of coal in my inventory, good enough for now. Copper deposit's just a little further away than I want to be walking all the time. There we go, good enough. Got some copper going. Let me figure out where we're going to run our power. Down this way. I thought that I seen a coal deposit right near here. Yeah, there's one up top. It's just, okay, there's a few trees in it. I don't know how I missed it, though. So what I think we're going to do is right about here where I'm standing, we'll start with our pumps, and we'll run them this way. And we will use that other coal deposit, the one right above the water, to run some coal over to keep them going. I like to keep the fuel line for power separate from the fuel line for everything else in the factory. Sometimes I might merge them together and make a loop. It just kind of depends on how the factory feels, but right now, how are we for resources? We'll just need some copper and we should be able to go. So we're going to do a pretty standard fuel setup. I need one offshore pump, 14 steam boilers, 14 burner inserters, and 10 steam engines. We're also going to want all of the electric poles it's going to let me have. And 5 mining drills is probably a pretty good number to start with. Just going to collect my resources one more time, check on the fuel levels while all this stuff crafts up. And let's see how the fuel's doing. We could probably put a few more bits of coal in each of these guys here. That should be good. A few in here. Oh, it takes so long to craft. I've been spoiled with the Bob's Mods research and the increased crafting speed. At least I think that's what it comes from. There's a lot of mods in that pack, and some of them I'm not very familiar with. Grab some trees quick so we can make some telephone poles. And throw some more coal in this guy. Probably want to start cooking some of that up into stone bricks here before too long, but for now it's good enough. So we'll put our first offshore pump. I want it facing this way. I'd also like to make a few pipes before we move on. Do 5 sets of underground pipes and 10 straight pipes. And as soon as that stuff's done crafting, I want some belts. Our power setup will probably expand to the south along this river here. So we're going to move our steam boilers out 2 lengths of underground pipe. This is where we'll actually start our boiler, our little guys there, with 1 space there. And I didn't mean to put him right immediately up by it. Just, you know what though, it's fine. It's fine. Some burner inserters down. And we're not quite going to have enough belts. Let's try and get this as close as we can. Yeah, pretty close, but... Next thing we're going to need is our power. And just for aesthetics, I know that we could spread them out and save a pole or two, but I like the way it looks when they're right in the middle. Like, this is one of those things that I usually try and use small electric poles for throughout the whole game. We'll do one more up this way, and then we'll run across with them. And we just about made it. Let's position up some mining drills here. We're going to align it with the bottommost tile that has coal in it, and then move it over just like that. We're going to do 4 mining drills right off the bat. That should get us at least up to 10 megawatts of power. At least, you know, probably even 15 maybe. It's hard to say. There we go. Now we just need to kickstart the system a little bit. Just take our coal here and drop some on the belts. And beautiful, here we go. We are getting power. Mining drills are running. We're doing awesome. Let's go ahead and make whatever power poles we might need here, and let's run some up north so we've got them where our minerals are at. We're very quickly going to switch this over to running on electric mining drills. There we go. That's a pretty good start. All right, how are we for iron? We've got 300 iron. I think I want to fill these guys up one more time, and by the time that is done and over with, we should be completely sufficient with our electric mining drills. Being a little stingy with this coal so that we can hopefully make it through without having to pick up more coal, because I imagine just about everything's going to need it. There we go. Let's drop some to get it in our hotbar. I gave up on being stingy with the coal. We're good. So we're going to want probably 10 more electric mining drills. We're going to want one science lab. And then we're going to want 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 red science packs. And these should be some of the last items that we have to craft by hand. Hoorah! Get these trees out of the way. This little patch is kind of starting to bother me. And we're going to want some electric poles anyways. And it's getting dark, so hopefully this is one of the last nights that we'll have to go without lights. So some of my goals with this series are to try and build a factory that is functional but also aesthetically pleasing. I don't want to have a whole bunch of spaghetti wires just going everywhere. I want to try and keep things organized. You know, even if we're sacrificing a little bit of throughput and efficiency for increasing the way that our factory looks, I'm cool with that. I think the first thing we're going to do is build a base that is capable of doing red science, green science, and making the things that we need to make another factory. And we'll probably let that run right up to the moment that we're done with green science. The goal is by then to have our final science base ready to just switch on and take over. I like organizing my builds so that we've got, you know, an input to an output, and you can change whatever's in the middle without affecting it. So if you come up with a better method of making iron plates, for instance, you can keep it running through the same factory just by routing a few belts. I don't know, it's a little harder to explain than it will be to just demonstrate once we're there. Put our first science lab down right there. And we're going to research automation. I have it set up to not bother me when research finishes, but I don't have any mods that are queuing up research for me, so we better turn that back on, or we'll just forget to do research all the time. So we've got enough science packs being made to get through automation and logistics 1, which will put us in a fantastic position for moving forward. We should be able to easily set up a factory that crafts red science for us at that point. So kind of keep these guys running until I have a smeltery set up. Smelting area set up. Go get more coal and more stone. As soon as we have a little bit of red science producing, we're going to set up our first smelting area. And for that, we want a lot of furnaces. So 74, that's probably almost enough to start. So we're going to need a whole bunch of belt, a whole bunch of these guys, the power poles. We'll get logistics started here. We're also going to need some furnaces and some factories and a couple of boxes. We're just going to go ahead and queue up here. So I actually think that we're to a position where we can decommission these burner miner drills, get them out of our world. They'll stop spewing pollution into the air. Try and keep the aliens from getting us just a little bit longer, or for just a little bit longer. So we'll do the same premise here with the mining drills. So I like to squeeze them together. The faster you burn through the ore deposit, it doesn't really matter to me. It's all about the same. We're going to run it this way. So I'm pretty sure our smelting area is going to be right here, since we have easy access to all of our minerals and our coal, which is awesome for starting out. We can come decommission our coal burner miners. We don't need those guys running any longer. There we go. And we can probably decommission these guys as well. We'll get these guys started up once there's actually a reason to do so. We have nowhere for their products to go. Alright, well I think I'm going to take a break while this stuff crafts up, and we'll come back next episode. We'll get our red science automated and probably get a good start on the green science. If you liked what you just seen, please remember to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to stay up to date on when I release my most recent videos. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.